Are you feeling motivated this Monday? I'm not. I'm just going to be super, super honest. I don't feel motivated often, much of the time, but I have learned how to work with my brain to still get the things that done that are very, very important to me. And so I thought that it might be helpful to explain the difference between motivation and feeling motivated and how we can tap back into our motivation to do the most important things, the things that matter most to us, even if we don't feel motivated. And also, maybe I'll share what when you shouldn't. Like, don't beat yourself up over this. Which, by the way, don't beat yourself up over this at all because beating yourself up is not the way that we're going to get better. At least, I don't think that that's the best way to get better. My husband and I got into a discussion with this the other day when he's like, "You just need more discipline." He didn't say it to me. He said it in the general. People just need more discipline. And I'm like, well, discipline's great. Sure, it's a helpful thing, but discipline's not always the answer and it's not the focus. Like discipline is a tool that we can use to get things done, but let's not just say, well, let's just build discipline. That's ridiculous. We're getting sidetracked. Okay. In case we're meeting for the very first time, my name is April Bragg, and I help women live, love, and lead with confidence, working from the inside out and starting with our homes. So we clear up our lives, we clear up our homes, we create homes that take care of themselves, so that we have time to do things that speak to our heart and our soul and bring our gifts to the world. And often, especially when I'm working with my clients, they say, I struggle with feeling motivated. What's wrong with me? And I want to say, there's nothing wrong with you. It's not because you have a ADHD brain. I mean, you might have that. It's not because there's something broken with you. It's not because you're lazy. Maybe it's because you're a little bit overwhelmed. But this is the thing that we don't understand is that there is motivation and then there is feeling motivated. So our motivation for doing something, like when somebody says, what is your motivation for doing something? That is a great question to answer. And that is when we are speaking to our clarity and our commitment to a certain goal. So, for example, I didn't go have kids willy nilly with my husband. We decided intentionally we would like to start a family. Although, if it had happened, surprisingly, then we would have, gone on board with it. But we said, we got clear. We want a family. These are the reasons why we want a family. We got clear on what we wanted. And then what is our commitment to it? Well, forever, forever and ever and ever. My kids are young adults. And so you think that after they hit 18, it'll be easy. No, it's still, your mom's heart is still with them no matter where they go. I've got thoughts on this. And I would love to hear, do you have kids? Do you understand what I'm saying? What stage of life are you in? So if you're put that in the chat, I'd love to connect. But on motivation. So motivation is the strong belief that something is desirable and doable. And we get clear about it and we make a commitment towards it. Okay. And then to achieve it, we take consistent action. So clarity, commitment, consistent action. Now, when we come up with this, we feel motivated. And that's because we're excited. We have thoughts that this is doable, this is desirable. And we came up with this goal. And then Monday comes and we don't feel motivated anymore. What happened? Is that thing no longer doable and desirable? Has something changed where it's no longer the thing you want? No, it's not that has changed. Not most likely, that hasn't changed. It's that our focus has changed. Something else is calling us. In my case, I signed up to work with a trainer and I decided to work out 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays. And I intentionally did Mondays because Mondays are hard. And there is nothing harder than getting out of your warm bed on a freezing day to go to the gym to do leg day, which is why I hired a trainer because I was like, I am not motivated. I will never feel motivated to do this on my own. There is no feeling in the world that's going to get me out of my cozy bed right now. But I do not like, so I leaned into a different feeling. I do not like to let other people down. So therefore, I'm going to hire somebody and show up for him. And I just bought a 2-month package to begin with. And I told him a couple of weeks ago, I said, I think I'm going to need to keep you on for leg day for the foreseeable future. So this is me not focused on my feelings, but focused on a solution that will get me out of bed. I don't have to feel motivated. I have to create something that it's hard to not use the word motivated. But the thing is, our focus can change in an instant. And when our focus changes, then our feelings change. When our thoughts change, our feelings change. And so, any random Monday or Tuesday, and this is what I was going to say, there are some times when we don't have the motivation to do something. Sometimes that is actually an important indication. Maybe you are worn down, you need rest, you need a break. That is the time when you need to be listening to yourself. Are you this is why I'm saying we need to pay attention. We don't need to push through no matter what the cost. Sometimes the cost is too great. In fact, I was having a conversation with my trainer, and he's like, yeah, sometimes your ego gets into it and you start lifting weights that you have no business lifting, and then you drop the weight on your foot and you break 3 toes, and then you can't get to the gym. And it's like, oh, sounds like a personal story that might have happened to somebody. So, when it comes to motivation, yes, of course, but stop beating yourself up if you don't feel motivated. Instead, what I want you to do is this. When you're setting the goal, get clarity and commitment, as in what is important, why is this important? Simon Sinek's book, Start with Why. Super important. What is my motivation, my belief for doing this? What is my commitment to it? Then, when you feel, but here's the next thing, because I said we will not feel motivated if it does not feel doable or desirable. So, when you're not feeling motivated, is there something that's making it feel not doable or not desirable to you? If it's not doable, we'll feel frustrated. Our brain tries to protect us from feeling like we can't do something. Then it's going to throw up obstacles to be like, okay, yeah, you think you can't do it, so here's a bunch of reasons. But if it's not desirable, we are fighting against that too. So ask yourself, is my goal doable? Is it desirable? Then stop. Here's the second mistake I see people make. They try to bite off more than they can chew. They try to make it too big. Make it the smallest action possible so that instead of you having to give yourself a huge pep talk, instead of you feeling like you need the motivation to go climb Mount Everest. No, we're just focused on making one tiny little step, one more step forward. So clarity, commitment, and consistent action will get us to any goal in our life. Any goal. We will achieve anything with clarity, commitment, and consistent action. Clarity comes in, why is this important to me? Commitment, to what extent will I be willing to go after this, even if I don't see results right away? And then consistent action. What can I, self-control here, make myself do? And I'm sure that I can make myself do it. This is not the time to be a hero. This is the time to be honest and realistic with yourself. If the only thing that you can make yourself do is get dressed and go for one walk around your house, say you had a fitness goal, then do that. Focus on the tiny wins. and then focus on building on those wins. So that way we can sidestep feeling motivated and we can just focus on consistency. So there's our motivation, which is a noun, which is a belief. And then there's our feeling motivated, which is the feeling, which is fleeting. It comes and goes. So focus not on the feeling, but on the belief. Tap yourself into that. So here's the question that I want you to ask. Is this worth doing even if I don't feel like it? When that's a yes, then you can refocus. Okay? Is this worth doing even if I don't feel like it? All right. That's your little pep talk for a Monday morning, a Monday motivational speech. But if you really need help, if there is something that has been defeating you over and over again, in the description, I'll put a link to book a clarity call. This is something that I help my one-on-one clients work with, getting clear on what's most important to them and then creating a plan that's doable for them. And then just keep on showing up. And then we overcome all those obstacles. One other thing, if you're a coach, pro tip here, do not self coach yourself when you don't feel motivated. Just take action. After you do the thing, then go back and find what were the mindset things that I need to deal with that are tripping me up and making it harder to take action. But do not use self-coaching as a distraction from taking action. This is why I am a huge proponent of take the smallest action possible that you can possibly be consistent with and then build from there. I was just talking with my coach, my trainer, and I said, so in the gym, everybody starts with 5-pound weights. He goes, yes. And then I said, I noticed that it skips from 5 pounds to 10 pounds. He goes, yeah, because it's a bodybuilder gym. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I'll skip over it. But he said, I did have a client that got stuck on 5s and mentally could not seem to get to 10s. And so she went and got 8-pound weights. Fill the gap. Okay. Kudos for her because she picked something that she could be consistent with. Now, we do know it's a mindset block, but still, stay in action. That will get us to any goal. All right, this has been long enough. I meant to keep it under 10 minutes. Now we're at 13. I've got to let you go. I hope this has helped. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.